Busy. I'm not doing that again tonight. There's nothing to update. There's no new information from JM Truth. He hasn't replied. He hasn't responded. He didn't try to prove his case any further. No way am I doing anything again like we did last night. He responded? There's new information on the whole JM Truth thing? Well, what are you waiting for, big guy? I said to go ahead and play the song, Busy. Play it then. Damn. JM Truth responded to last night's stream. Let's break it down right now. But that's not all. We've also got LeakyLeaks from Nathan Oakley. That's right. When I was in a live chat with him today on Quantum Erasers channel, he confirmed that Leaky leaked. He confirmed it. And I'm going to prove it. Also, the Steve McHaters claimed that they weren't in a group that hates on Steve McRae, taking everything that happens out of context and trying to use it against him to push their anti-Steve McRae narrative. But ever since I made the video claiming that they are in a group that hates on Steve McRae, they have done nothing but lie and hate on Steve McRae. And we're going to take a look at a ding-dong lawyer hanging out with his ding-dong buddy making ding-dong accusations that they themselves even know aren't true. There's so much more we're going to do tonight also that I just need to keep going. We just got to get going with this one, guys. So, busy? Busy? Busy! Hit it. Let's go. It's Grand Theft Flat Earth, JM Truth Replies, and stuff. UNIRock Live. You're a ding-dong. Ding-dong. You're a ding-dong.
And that should end this whole debate. All right, folks. So here you go. So I'm going to do this one time, and I'm going to show you the credit card from the actual bank. And that should end this whole debate.
That's right. JM Truth must have watched my show last night, because when I was breaking down what he did to try to steal Shelly's equipment, I made a couple statements that I haven't seen anybody else make on social media. And trust me, the Rocka Squad has looked, and I haven't seen anything else on YouTube at all that would explain why he did what he did in this video today, November 12th. November 12th, today. So I do think he watched Grand Theft Flat Earth, the stream we did last night, and I think that he focused in on what I said could prove his case, which is I was upset that he mentioned the credit card receipts but didn't show them, and I said, look, you know, you can't prove your case if you're not going to show them, so that's why you didn't show him, ding-dong. And then I called him a ding-dong 17 more times. I counted it. Busy, he had a chalkboard. And every time I said ding dong, he put a little mark on it. And then when he got to 5, he'd put a line. I'm telling him about the line when you got to 5, Busy. And when he got to 5, he'd put a line on it. 17 ding dongs afterwards. Anyway, he has to be responding to us. Do you think, though, I don't know. See, when I first start the show, I'm not going to have enough people here to do a vote. I want to do a vote right now. And I want to ask, hey, Dav, good to see you. Hey, Sheena, Stuart. Hey, Michael Winchester, love the UNIRock sign next to your name. Thank you to my members. The first thing I have to do is thank my members. I can't get by without you guys. Thank you so much. Join the channel next to the subscribe button if you like our work, because the way YouTube is, if we don't have members, we're probably only going to be doing like a show every couple weeks because I'm not going to be able to afford it. Okay, but thank you to the members because you're helping us get by. Here we go. I want to do a vote, but I'm going to have to wait because we've only got 60 people here. It takes some time before people will click in. So we usually start around 60 and we'll get up to 100, then we'll go up to 200. So let's hope we get up there because I want to know before we start this, So go ahead and put 1 in the chat if you think that JM is going to exonerate himself, or put 2 in the chat if you think he isn't. Now, I know there's not that many people here, so we won't get that many, but just tell me what you think, because he is about to show us. He is about to log into his bank while he's recording it. He's going to give us even the last 4 digits of his credit card number. I'm not going to show it. And he's going to prove that he bought these items. Do you think it will exonerate him, or do you think it won't exonerate him? Only time will tell. Let's do it. It's too dumb, dude. And I want, wow. I now know that JM Truth and Nathan Oakley and the others, I know they watch my show now. Now I've got confirmation that Leaking Warrior watches my show, because I was on Leaking Warrior the other night. He literally played my stream on his show. I don't mind. Play my stuff on your show anytime you want, as long as it's not an edited video. And if you do edited, better follow fair use or I'll strike you down. Just playing. Anyway, though, I've been Nathan Oakley responded to me constantly now in live chats, and I'm going to show you evidence of that in a little bit. And JM is responding to only a thing that I complained about. Therefore, I know they're watching. So I want to say this. I don't ignore people. I don't hate people. I'm not against you guys, all right? You guys are the ones doing this stuff online. And for me to go live and to show people what you're doing, break it down with an honest and entertaining reaction, that's your fault. I'm not lying on you. I'm not twisting what you're saying. I'm letting people see the source material here. I am backing up the things I show and say. And to specifically to JM Truth, I want to say this to you, JM. Only you truly know whether or not that equipment belongs to Shelly Lewis or yourself. Whoever paid for this, if it came from a GoFundMe, and I don't mean, look, here's the deal, JM. If you took that money, which you said you did in the casino video, if you took that money from Shelly's people that were, you know, her patrons, the ones donating money to have the documentary done, then those are not your cameras. That's not your equipment, sir. Okay? It is wrong for you to take it from her. Just because she's a ding-dong flat earther does not mean you get to steal from her, JM Truth. Maybe, though, this will wake... I think this will wake Shelly up. I wouldn't doubt if this will shake her right out of the flat earth. Because, Shelly, you're not going to make any money off your documentary. I'm sorry. And when you realize I was right, how about you go back to school? And I'm not being rude. Go to a college and sit down in the library, find a professor or some students and tell them you think the earth is flat and have them show you how it's not. Education, being educated, shows everyone through their own way to observe it that the earth is round. You can't beat it. I uploaded a video before this stream that 100% proves that the earth is a globe. There's no way around it. It takes the most basic thing and shows every flat earther skips the most basic thing and doesn't listen to anyone who shows them that they're wrong about this most basic thing. And I proved that in the video before this. If you're a flat earther, watch that video and accept my challenge. That's you, JM. That's you, Shelly. That's you, Sleepy. Stinky Warrior. Stinky Warrior's JM. Leaky Warrior's Sleepy. Okay. Let's get to it. Here we go. Let's see what JM does. Let's see if he exonerates himself or if he doesn't. We are going to watch this in the newsroom, in the live breaking newsroom, because 1, it is breaking news. 2, I want him to be small and, you know, zoomed in case, like, I just don't want all the details being shown. And you know what I'm going to do? You know how I know he watched my channel? Look on the screen. He's finally uploaded in 1080p HD. I'm going to play his video in 240p. I'm going to shrink it down and play it in 240p so that these things aren't even eligible enough to read. I must be a flat earther. I can't spell or talk neither, y'all. Let's go. All right. All right. Right.
Okay.
Here we go.
What you're looking at right now is my BECU account. Now I've blocked out my accounts and all that stuff. But if you look up at the top, Joshua, okay, that's my personal account right there. Okay.
I have to give him credit. He moved up from 480p to 1080p in this video. I will give him credit where credit's due. Good job, JM. I mean that. Good job, buddy.
And then down here, it says credit card ending in 5916. That's my personal credit card number. Okay.
Stop telling us that stuff. Don't tell us these things, JM. We do not need to know this. We don't need to know this stuff, dude. We don't need to know it.
And we'll let that switch over. This is my JM Truth bank account. I've blocked out the name of the bank because it really is irrelevant. But you'll see right here it says JM Truth Productions. Okay, and I've blocked out all of the purchases because it's not anyone's business. And the products that I'm talking about are not on this page. So I will reveal all the products on the other credit card. Okay, but there's no credit card in this bank at all. So that's that. We'll go back over here. And this is my credit card account. Okay, and we will go to all. Okay, so we're here in my credit card statement. Here you will see the DJI.com, $616. This is my DJI Ronin RS gimbal. Let's see what else.
Okay, so JM starts breaking down his credit card information. Let me put it in 1080p. Okay, got it? Okay. All right. I just had to look at one little detail. There's a very important detail on his credit card information list. Don't worry, there's no personal information there. It just showed a date, a purchase, and an amount. Of course, I put it in 240p and shrunk it down so that you can't see all of it. Anyway, though.
Oh, yeah. DJI 382, those are the goggles that they took. GVM 647, those are the lights. Or not the lights, sorry. Those are the sliders that I bought. These are the lights, okay? Flora, oh, and then we bought some gas. I bought gas for the production and all that stuff. So anyway, and then up here, there is a, all right. And then the TJ Maxx is the duffel bag. So all of the purchases are right there. I just showed them to you. And then we'll go back up here. You'll see this is still 5916. Okay. That's still my credit card for my personal.
Please stop reading the numbers, sir.
Personal bank, BECU, is my personal bank. That's where I do all my personal banking at. Guys, this is...
We get the definition of a personal bank. So what's the point? The point is, I think, like I said earlier, that JM heard me in my stream, Grand Theft Flat Earth, talk about how if he tells us details about his credit card stuff, we're not going to believe him. Now, JM is the type of guy that centered in on that, in my opinion. And he said to himself, oh, maybe I can get out of this. Maybe if I show my credit card details, people will then believe that I bought this and that Shelly owes me my stuff back. You got it so far? Okay.
It's really ridiculous that anyone is even questioning this. So, anyway.
Okay, so then JM goes on to say that it's ridiculous that anyone is questioning this. Now, I am somebody that's questioning this, so it's only fair if I break down to JM directly why I'm questioning this information. So, JM, I hate doing it. And let me preface this saying, I want to help you, bro. If you really don't understand why people are looking at this situation and seeing that this is Shelly's equipment, I'm going to explain it to you now. But I encourage you, if you are in the mindset that you think anyone believes you, to rethink that mindset and reach out to someone. Get on the phone with somebody that disagrees with you and hear them out. Listen to their side. Okay? Don't just discount it. I'm giving you good advice as much as I'm kind of making fun of you at the same time. We're adults. You got me? You deserve to be made fun of. It should it should jog you into realizing where you're going wrong. And in the long run, hopefully it would make you correct this. But I don't know if that'll happen. I hope it will. So, JM, let me tell you what you did wrong here, big guy. I'll help you out. Okay? I'm trying. In my attempt to help him out, I don't know why, but I'm going to try. Okay, JM, listen to me closely. You were captured on video inside the casino admitting to Shelly that you received a bunch of money that was supposed to be hers, and you admitted it straight to her. You admitted that you were going to pay it back from money you made from the documentary. You also admitted to having this equipment. We know you didn't have this type of equipment before you started doing the documentary, and everybody assumed that you bought the equipment just weeks before you went down to meet Shelly, which would have been around the time that you collected the money from donations, GoFundMe, and Patreon. The bad part about you showing your credit card statement is that the date, it's not the name of the thing. You're acting like if you show that you have these things on your credit card statement, that it will exonerate you in getting your stuff back, right? That you put it on your credit card, so therefore it belongs to you. And maybe you're right in some crazy way, and I don't know if you are or not, but I'm going to tell you why people think you're wrong and why, we don't believe you. And it is because of the date on your credit card receipts. It looks like you got money from that documentary and said to yourself, I know what I'll do. I'm going to be making money from the documentary. I can put a bunch of stuff on my credit cards, like all this equipment, and then I can pay the stuff off with a big lump sum from the GoFundMe. In fact, I thought that you bought this stuff all with the GoFundMe money, and I still think you did buy some of that stuff with the GoFundMe money. You had a couple things you've already said that are very indicative that I'm right. And one of those things is that Wendell and Shelly and you each have an item that's listed on your credit card receipts, which makes me think that, yes, you were buying this stuff for the documentary. It doesn't look good for you. On top of that, though, only thing that makes me question whether you are not telling the truth, but that there could be a small bit of truth to what you're saying. The little thing that gets me there is that you owe $6,000 or something on your credit card. Like, I saw how much you owed. You maxed out your credit card, right? So putting all this stuff on your credit card, you maxed it out. I can't figure out how that is. When you just got this big lump sum of Shelly's money, you can't give Shelly her money back. You are broke. You've admitted that, and you couldn't even get a cab when she left you down there. I thought you bought it on your credit card and then put that GoFundMe money to pay on your credit card. Now, maybe you've got it in a bank account and you're planning on paying on your credit card and you haven't done it yet. I don't know what's going on there. Or for God's sakes, we don't see your full breakdown. You could have put it on your credit card and already bought more stuff on your credit card and charged it up again. There's no way for us to know. We aren't your bank account people. We are not your bank people. What I'm trying to tell you, though, is you're not going to sway the public now. You got busted on a live video. You were on the internet, and you were telling people all this craziness when you and Shelly split up. Shelly uploaded a video that completely busted you with your own words, admitting that Shelly was right about everything she was saying. And because of that, like with the Kyle and Steve situation, you're screwed. One thing's for sure. You are showing some of this equipment is on your credit card account. And I guess you're trying to read off the things that Shelly still has. Like, you're not reading off what you have at your home. You're reading off what Shelly still has. I can't figure it out, but then again, you're a flat earther, so I have no clue, bro. Literally anything's possible here. I'm just going to go straight out here and tell you, it is time for you to get really freaking honest about this. Don't show your credit card statements. Literally, just screen grab the thing that people need to see, which is just the date, the name. You don't even have to put the damn amount. Just the name of the item and the date that you bought it. You don't even have to share the amount. And I would say that it's going to be a big leap to be able to convince people that Shelly is stealing your equipment here, okay? It seems like you did not have this equipment or that much money. You teamed up with Shelly, flew around the United States, did all these incredible things, ended up getting a fight with her. She kicked you off the project, and somehow, between you starting the project and you ending the project, you've come out of this with a bunch of equipment. And how do I know this? Let me make one point. And I know I'm blabbering, but let me make one more point real fast. All that equipment that you have sitting around you there, if you would have had any of that before you started to hook up with Shelly, you would have been showing it in your videos just like you are now. You're that type of person. You have to try to prove to people that you're smart. You've got to try to prove to people that you have these degrees. You got to try to prove to people that you have this and that and this. You want people to see this because you think that if people see that stuff, that they'll take you seriously. People are never going to take you seriously while you are spitting flat earth lies that can be easily discounted by going to school and educating yourself, sir.
That's that. So, okay. So, now we're in my Google Drive, and you know, when I saw this, I was kind of upset because I thought I had lost all this metadata. So, but I went down here to scripts and open this up, and you'll see here everything's gone. But if you look to the right, you'll see Wendell permanently deleted.
So then he goes in to show that Wendell went to the Google Drive to delete the scripts from the documentary and then a few more files that had to do with the documentary. Who cares? You got kicked out of the documentary. It's just normal for people to want you to not have access to the script and to some other personal things that have to do with the documentary after that.
4 items here, and then Wendell removed 9 items here. And we'll show all so you can see it all, okay? These are all the items in my Google Drive showing that Wendell Walton, okay, him right there, removed 9 items from my page. Now,
yeah, but you're using flat earth logic here. Will you please tell us how this means what does this mean, right? You left that out of the last explanation too. Like, let me give you a little hint, dude. And this is why I'm successful with explaining things to people and responding to things. When you do, at the end of, before you switch topics, do a summation. Tell people exactly what it means, exactly what your point is, exactly what this and that and this goes to. You got me? Do that, and then you'll have much better success when explaining things to people. Got me? Got me?
Folks, I did get them back because apparently Wendell doesn't realize that all you have to do is click on one of these. Bam.
I don't think Wendell cared. I think Wendell thought that you wouldn't care either. Why would you need that after you leave the documentary? Why would you still want to have it? All these questions are racking my mind.
And it brings it right back up. However, that doesn't negate the fact that the property was stolen. Okay?
And I'm going to help you out with another thing. Here's what you do. If you're going to switch cameras while talking to people on YouTube, grab that thing behind your head. This right here is an audio recorder. Now, use the audio recorder in conjunction with the cameras you're using to record yourself. That way, and really, it should do this. In your cameras, you should be using the same audio track. One audio track, JM. Don't switch from audio track to audio track to audio track every time you switch a camera angle. Keep one audio track, your main audio source. Line everything up so that your mouth moves with every clap. You know, you do a clap to sync audios. If you didn't know, sync audio files. You clap when you're recording and editing so that you know when to sync all the audio files to. Do that so that it stops breaking the audio file every time you switch camera angles. It's jarring. It's making me crazy.
Regardless, this whole argument is ridiculous. I can.
Yes, he is wearing dreadlocks. Yes, he is, April.
Not believe that there are.
Hey, I'm going to grow, in honor of JM, I'm going to grow my beard, but I'm just going to have one big dreadlock at the end of my chin. I am doing that. I mean it.
Main members in the community that are siding with the perpetrators.
Listen, JM, I get it. You're the type of guy that thinks you can change the shape of the world with words, with semantics. I get that. You can't change anything with semantics. We have to use our words to describe the world. You can't use our words to change reality. You can use it to empower people and maybe eventually change the world with the bunch of speeches that you make going around. That's how you make the earth flat, isn't it, guys? No, it's not. And you're not going to convince anyone that Shelley took your stuff the same way either.
It's ridiculous to me. But folks, whether you agree with me putting this out publicly or not, okay?
Look, you do you, JM. Don't let anybody tell you you can't talk about something. Don't let anybody tell you you can't put something out publicly. The reason Globebusters doesn't want you to put it out, or they want you to feel bad about putting it out, is simply because they think it makes Flat Earth look bad. They are that dumb. Flat Earth makes Flat Earth look bad. The video that I put out before this that fully debunks the entire Flat Earth is the reason that Flat Earth looks bad. There is a very simple thing that debunks the Flat Earth that Bob won't talk about, that you, JM, won't talk about, that Nathan Oakley won't talk about. That's what makes Flat Earth look bad. You guys skipping that, okay? You talking about this makes you and Shelley and all these guys look inept, sure, but you got to keep doing it now. It's the only content you're going to have for a while, it looks like.
We are supposedly a community of truth and truth seekers.
You're not, though. You're not. 100%. You are, what? How do I say it without being rude? You are a ding-dong. Ding-dong.
Therefore, if
nothing you ever say is truthful, from the shape of the earth, the thing about the law of thermodynamics, the second law, over to the atmosphere, over to the moonlight and shit, nothing is truthful about you guys. You ignore facts. You ignore debunks. You ignore peer review. That's why you're in this mess.
If someone steals from us and commits grand theft, it still ought to be put out publicly.
Grand Theft Hold up. Grand Theft Flat Earth. Grand Theft Flat Earth. Sorry.
I'm sorry. My loyalties is not to the community. My loyalty is to truth, folks, not to a community.
If that's true, JM, I am just curious, sir. Watch the video that I did before this. It'll instruct you to go watch 3 videos done by Professor Dave Explains. You will not be able to debunk those videos. Oakley can't debunk those videos. Globebusters can't debunk those. No Flat Earther's ever been able to debunk Professor Dave Explains videos. Ever. They've been sitting there proving that the Earth is a globe for months now. That's why your community's falling apart, man. The debunk is too strong. It's, okay, Professor Dave is like freaking Davey-Wan Kenobi, okay? Professor Davey-Wan Kenobi. He is wielding the globe force so hard that you guys, you Sith Lords can't do anything about it.
Okay? My loyalty,
if you get my Star Wars reference,
is to my Heavenly Father, my family, and truth.
Well, your Heavenly Father, when you do meet the guy, he's going to tell you, JM Truth, when it comes to Flat Earth, you are a ding-dong, dong, 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 dong.
Okay? And this was not only wrong, it was way wrong. And now I've just showed that the police officer's report and findings were wrong. But
you didn't. You listen, JM, and I'm not going to hear any more of this because he doesn't say anything else. Okay. JM, dude, you have to listen to me. When you say something like that, afterwards, state the reason why you get to make that claim. Because from everything I've seen, the only thing you've shown is that you bought some of this stuff on your credit card. Okay? That doesn't mean that it's yours necessarily, right? We don't know if you bought this stuff. Like, we don't know if your credit card was already maxed out. We don't know if you took that GoFundMe money and put a big old chunk of change on that credit card, which I think you did. This is truly what I think happened. You would have been spending money on your credit card, but it was maxed out. And when you got that money from Shelley, you put a big old payment on that sucker. And that's why you've got so many things bought right at that moment when you got the GoFundMe money 3 weeks ago, or when you got, a good chunk of change, okay? I think that that's what happened. Yes, technically you put a few of these things on your credit card, but where did the money come from? Whose money is it, right? I don't know. I don't know how a court of law works. Does it work that if somebody gives you $1,000 and you buy something on your card that's theirs, but you're like, hey, you give me the money, I'll put it on my card, I need cash anyway, and you do that? Does it make you own what they have? Could some, like, here's what I mean, JM. Let's say me and you go to the store and I'm about to buy something and you're like, JM's like, bro, I need money, but I only have a credit card. And I'm like, well, I'm about to pay $1,000 for that camera. Here, you have the $1,000, JM. Put the camera on your credit card. Can you sue me a week later and then take the freaking camera back? I don't think you can, honestly. And that's where the receipts come in, I think. I don't know. We'll find out. If you are telling the truth, JM, then you're going to go to the police or you're going to go to court and you're going to charge Shelly. So if you do not charge Shelly, either in civil or criminal, whatever court you can, if you don't charge Shelly, we'll know the truth. But if you do charge Shelly, we'll know the truth after the lawsuit happens. And that's what sucks about these types of things. Adults shouldn't be acting like this. There should not be a claim that Shelly stole your stuff like this. This shouldn't be happening. Shelly, if she did steal your stuff, she shouldn't have stole it. And if you are lying about it to try to get more stuff out of Shelly, to kind of get vengeance for her kicking you off the project, you shouldn't be doing that. And personally, my prediction is he's not going to take Shelly to court. I don't think so. But we're going to move on. Next up, you won't believe this. So, here's what I'm going to start doing. I want to find a way to kind of reward people who interact with my community tab that are subscribed to my channel. So, if I put out a community post and you respond to it, I'm going to try to include it in a live show or in an edited video. You got me? Now, keep an eye on the community post. If there are rare ones like me going on someone else's show to announce it, like when I went to Steve's the other day, I put it on my community tab and everything, those probably will not get put into a show. But things like I put today here on the community tab, I'm going to start shouting you guys out and, reading your comments and all that. So here we go. 6 hours ago, I jumped into Quantum Eraser's live stream because I'm subscribed to Quantum Eraser because I love torturing myself with that ding-dong bullshit. And it popped up on my phone, and I clicked it. And I heard him basically attempting to counter evolution, but he did a horrible job. You didn't convince me, QE. You haven't never convinced me of anything except your level of ding-dongery, but that's besides the point. Nathan Oakley, though, said something to me. Now, what I always do when I go into Nathan Oakley streams, Quantum Eraser streams, Arwen streams, even though I don't go to Arwen streams that often because I don't respect him at all, I have less respect for Arwen than QE, which should say something. Anyway, and that's because of the statements he made about the United States, me being a United States veteran. It doesn't work out that well. Things don't work out like that well when that happens. I never even saw that community post today for some reason. Says negative. I know, man. If I'm telling you guys, if you haven't been seeing my posts or you haven't been getting my notifications, go to the front of my channel and click the bell again. Turn the bell from all to none and then turn the bell back from none to all. Then refresh it and make sure that it's stuck because YouTube is having this problem all over the platform, and I have no clue. The only way to do it, I tell everybody to go to my Twitter and turn on notifications at my Twitter because I tweet everything that I do. So, anyway, I'm not mad at you. I don't care if you guys respond to the community tab. Although if you do, I just want to have something cool to do for you, so I'm going to start including your replies in videos. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I said inside of this stream, like I do every time I go into their streams, I reminded them that Professor Dave Explains 3 videos on the Flat Earth fully debunk the Flat Earth and all of their dumb arguments, and it shows them how dishonest they are, that they're not trying to fully debunk it. And I don't just mean debunk it like, ha, Professor Dave is wrong. I mean go in there and counter Professor Dave with real, provable things like Professor Dave did to them. Now, Professor Dave is a professor who's been making tutorial videos on every aspect of science and teaching for years on YouTube. There's no way they're going to debunk Professor Dave. He knows what he's doing. He knows this stuff at an advanced level, right? But that's why they will not address it. So I remind them of that incessantly when I go into their live chats. And it eventually, all this time later of me doing it, really pisses them off. So Oakley, said this to me. Okay. So here's Quantum Erasers. Quantum Eraser. You know what I realized about this ding dong? Quantum Erasers calls himself a Globe Terminator. And then he puts the Terminator up on the screen. It's really funny that he calls himself a Globe Terminator when he can't even explain the Terminator line on the Earth, right? Very funny. Very funny that he can't do that. Anyway, Quantum Eraser, stupid little presentation here. We go down. I made the statement about Professor Dave, and of course, Oakley responds and says, what, are you lost, UNIRock? Are you lost out there on YouTube, UNIRock? So I respond with something to the effect of, Fundy ding-dongs need a smart guy like me to constantly debunk and remind you. I was saying remind you about Professor Dave. Logs, Fregs, UNIRocktv, do you think the Earth is rotating? I showed you this earlier, right? But then Oakley confirmed everything that me and Team Skeptic thought, and Sean, about Leaking Warrior. He called me the P listener. Take a look. So it would have been impossible for Oakley to call me a P listener if I wasn't listening to Sleeping Warrior take a pee-pee. Oakley is very close to Sleeping Warrior. I just want to make sure everybody gets this. I want to make sure you understand this. Leaking Warrior confirmed. But to go even further, Leaking Warrior doesn't want you to believe that he's a Leaking Warrior. And he did this today. Let me show you. We got, who is Nathan to call him a pee listener when Dave Murphy drinks his own pee? What a bunch of ding-dongs. Seeping Warrior? Oh, that's so good. Leaking Warrior? Riley was the one, he was testing density. He was just testing mass plus acceleration, lol. And Pampers for Riley and UNIRocktv, ding-dong emoji. Oh my god, Dead GPK, you're right. I need to get the ding-dong emoji in there. Rachel, please remind me tomorrow to do the ding-dong emoji. I have to do it. We do have a bell emoji. Until I get the ding-dong emoji in, you can use the bell emoji. So anytime that I ding-dong somebody, drop that bell emoji into the chat for me. Nana, hey Uni, hey UniRach, hey Nana, good to see you. Glad you're here. You got a wrench, right, Nana? I can't tell. I don't know if you have a wrench when you, does she have a wrench? She's supposed to. It just, I can't see it when she, it might just be because she super chatted. But anyway, good to see you, Nana. Good to see you. All right, where were we going? Oh, I remember where we are going. We are going now over to Sleepy's channel so that you can see. So what did he do today? Well, you remember, in order to prove that he wasn't leaking in his stream, he said that he was watering his dog, and he just happened to put the dog bowl between his legs and was dumping the water from high up, and it was making a sound that sounded exactly like somebody forcing water into a bottle at a very high rate of speed, ironically, using the dog as the excuse. He did this video documenting my experiment with Westy Lung and how I'm going to deal with it. Now, all of us know why he's doing this. He hasn't done a video like this in what he usually does, ding-dong flat earth videos. He wants to iron into his audience that he really has a sick dog. Because if he really has a sick dog, you know, that means that he might just have been watering his sick dog and trying to mix the medicine into the water with a little nipple on a bottle and squirting it down into the dog bottle where with his camera just right here so that you don't think that he took a Leaking Warrior on stream. But after Nathan Oakley made that statement today in that stream, we know the truth. We know the truth. Okay, moving on. Some of you guys know about another creator. We're gonna start knocking this out quick because lately we haven't had a lot of topics to hit. there hadn't been a lot of ding-dongery going on out there on YouTube. Not a lot of claims, not a lot of people trying to say that this is real and that's real. It's just been a lot of flat earthers repeating the same old crap for a couple months. And my live stream has reflected it. But ever since ding-dongery picked up on the platform, my live shows started to feature more robust ding-dongery for you every night. So now we got to go about a little quicker with our show because we can stream for hours with all the ding-dongedness going on out there. And peak ding-dongedness happened today when Richie from Boston claims to have proof that 5G and LED lights are actually fully upgraded military weapon systems. That's right. The LED lights inside of your Christmas lights on little things you got around the house and computers, and the LEDs on your controllers or your mices or whatever it may be. The LEDs that on anything around the house is a full military grade weapon system, and that 5G, that stuff that we've had in our phones for a long time now that actually upgrades us from 4G to make our stuff faster. It's all military weapon systems, and Richie from Boston has the proof, and I couldn't believe it. So let's hear him out, because he's going to prove to us that all this stuff is military grade weapons.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston.
Richie, what happened to your face, bro?
It is November, and it is unbelievably, unseasonably cold in
You have unseasonably gained a lot. You're bloated. You're unseasonably bloated. I'm not saying you're fat. I'm not shaming you, but something's wrong, bro. Something's up.
New England. The sun goes down at, 4:30. They have successfully shortened the amount of sunlight that we're getting on the planet.
So he's making the claim already he has not given us any proof here. He's just, in the first few seconds, made another claim that the government is the one shortening the day. It's not normal for the day to be shorter in this time of year. The government's doing it.
The plane.
Brainy Beaver says, Richie from McDonald's. I can't laugh at that. People will say I'm shaming him. All the SJWs out there are going to just flip out this time. UNIRock shamed Richie from Boston.
Under the firmament.
Brainy did it. I'm just kidding, Brainy. I pick on you too much.
Worse. Be prepared. That's all I can possibly tell you. Go back.
It's only going to get worse. So you're claiming that the length of the day is only going to get shorter because you said that they are shortening the day and it's only going to get worse. You are claiming that the length of day is only going to... You realize the length of the day is going to get longer after wintertime, right, Richie? So are you saying that once winter's over, the day's not going to get longer?
To the first video I ever made, it's the same thing I've been talking about for 10 years. Be prepared.
But you literally, for the entire 10 years that you've been saying this, keep saying that it's going to happen. You didn't say it was happening in 10 years. You said it was going to be happening 10 years ago. And I'm not lying. If you'd ever jumped on YouTube and searched around a little bit, you eventually would bump into a Richie from Boston video. 1, because he is a master of clickbait. 2, because he knows what topics are trending and how to abuse them. And 3, he is going to try to sell you something while he clickbaits you. I guarantee you. If you've ever bounced into one of his videos in the entirety of him being on YouTube, you're gonna find this out. The weirdest thing happened to me, Kev Baker, and a few other YouTubers about a year ago. We all got this email. Now, me and Kev know each other and hang out a lot. I haven't seen him in about a month. Kev, what's going on, buddy? Get on my show, dude. We need to get Kev over here to talk one night. I need to go on his show too. It's been too long. We've just been busy. He's been doing a freaking banger show every day. I've been doing a freaking banger Grand Theft Flat Earth show. So you know what's up. Anyway, what I'm saying is about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, me and Kev both got the same email, and it was from a multi-channel network company, and it advertised like this. You are guaranteed to grow 100,000 subscribers in the next 6 months and to get this base amount of views if you sign up with this multi-channel network. I told you guys about it. I did a video. Kev talked about it on his show. And they said this, that there were 3 people that they could prove we would get our 100,000 subscribers and base views because those 3 people are in their multi-channel network. Richie from Boston, Next News Network, and some chick, I forget her name. Now, I, of course, didn't write them back. Kev didn't write them back because, I mean, have you seen my subscriber count? I'm only at 14-something, I think, or whatever it may be. So, obviously, I didn't join because I don't join multi-channel networks. I've been warned by many people that if you do join one of the established ones that are worth the while. Never sign up for some shady or middle ground multi-channel network ever. If you get offered from one of the big ones, one of the ones with a good name, yeah, take that shit because you're going to be throwing away an opportunity if you don't. But of course, I'm not just going to sign up to some truther multi-channel network. Anyway, though, I found it interesting because everybody wonders how Richie from Boston gets the views that he gets when he does the dumbest videos anyone's ever seen and literally lies every week. He tells you that it's happening every month. He's been doing this for 10 years. Richie, how does that work, bro?
But I've never seen it ramped up the way it is right now.
Yes, you have. Wait. So how's that possible, Richie? 10 years ago, you said you'd never seen it ramped up the way it is right now. 9 years ago, you said, I've never seen it ramped up like this, and in a few months, it's going to hit the fan. And you said that again, and I could name every year up to now. Nothing's ever hit the fan. Nothing you ever said happened has happened, and you're still saying it. Why?
At any rate, use this website. Use the link that's in the description below. You save money.
What?
You prepare yourself, your family. You can remove fluoride from water. You can...
Why would I want to remove the fluoride from the water? Seriously, have you guys ever removed fluoride from the water? Take the UNIRock challenge. Remove the fluoride from your water, stop brushing your teeth with fluoride toothpaste, and see how bad your teeth hurt in 2 months. Because when we deployed overseas, we had to take fluoride mouthwash and use it every day because there was no fluoride in the water over there. And I'm telling you right now, your teeth will feel like they are about to fall out of your head. It'll hurt all day and night. So let's go. Richie, I'm intrigued, sir. I'm intrigued. I don't want to have bad things happen to me and my family. Your website is going to prepare me for the inevitable 10 years that the inevitable thing that hasn't happened in 10 years. Okay, let's see what it is. RFB, prepare with Richie from Boston. Now, I'm not going to fat shame him, but I am going to say something that some people might get mad at me for saying, so I'm just warning you now. Special offers for Richie from Boston fans. 2-week emergency food supply. 92 servings of breakfast, lunch, and dinners. Hearty, tasty, easy to prepare meals. High calorie. 8 food varieties. Up to a 25-year shelf life. I don't believe that, sir. MREs in the military only lasted 5 years. I don't know how you cracked the code and figured out how to make tasty meals last 25 years. Either it's not food or it's nuclear. It's been radiated with nuclear bombs. I don't know. Meals in resealable heavy-duty 4-layer pouches grown and packaged in the USA. Guaranteed 2-day delivery. Please, don't send us a whole bunch of your money. Only 2 per household. You can only get 2 of these per household, damn it. $150. You could save yourself a half price, though, for $79. Actually, that's not half, but you get me. Now, Richie, don't take this the wrong way, big guy. You used to be skinny a couple years ago. Have they been sending you like trial meals or like, do they give you a discount or does eating those meals cause you to like gain water weight or something? Because you don't look fat. You look like you're not peeing regularly. You look like you're holding water. Coincidence? Conspiracy? Did I just invent a Richie from Boston conspiracy theory? Is this why? Is this why Richie looks bloated? Is it the food? I don't know if I want to order it now, Richie. You don't look healthy to me. In statements made during recent interviews, FEMA Administrator Brock Long repeatedly urged all Americans to understand 3 truths. That's right, truths. FEMA is broke. The system is broke. If this is the new normal, Americans can't rely on a federal cavalry when disaster strikes. They'll have to take care of themselves. And what's the best way to take care of yourself? To order Richie from Boston's 2-week emergency meal plan. That's how you take care of yourself. You don't grow your own food. You don't learn how to grow your own food. You don't learn how to hunt. You don't buy a tent. You don't try to stockpile beans in cans. No, that's what people used to do to survive disasters. You don't order a fallout shelter. You don't buy a flashlight or a survival knife. All you need is Richie from Boston's 2-week emergency food supply management kit. Just don't be like Richie. Don't break into the food before the emergency. Now, back to the claim. Richie claims that this guy proves it. He claims that 5G and LED are actually weapon systems. So let's see the claim. Let's hear it, Richie from Boston. You put the word proof right here, Richie. Proof. I want the proof, Richie. I want the proof.
Hi, everybody. Right, well, as you'll see, this is the equipment that's been fitted by councils across the country. This is straight as we've had a whistleblower send us the information, and obviously we've got a box delivered by a whistleblower at one of the...
So a whistleblower sent you a box. A whistleblower.
The councils, all right? Because obviously the people are very concerned in the lighting departments about what this equipment is, and I've been asked to actually review it.
A whistleblower needs you to review this. Like, the whistleblower didn't think to turn this into the authorities. The whistleblower didn't think to turn this into the FBI, to the police. The whistleblower doesn't care that everyone's driving around on the roads and these LED lights and the 5G in our cell phones is actually high-grade military weapon systems. You can prove this to us with hardcore proof. And yet, all Richie cares about is selling us his freaking food meal plan so that we can look like him in 2 years. And all you care about is making a YouTube video. You really don't want to save anybody. You're not worried about people here. You think a YouTube video's better than actually getting the police to go out and take these weapons off the street? Really?
Because this is a weapon system, all right? It's nothing more than a weapon.
Well, take it apart and prove it, sir.
Now, I know it's masquerading as a light, but it's a weapon. All right, so let's just show you.
Please.
Let's just break this whole thing down and show people what this is. All right?
Oh, you already have... Okay, well... Hold on. It looks like a light to me, sir. I don't see anything here that could even hurt anyone. Well, maybe if you flash it in someone's eyes, it could make them, have to rub their eyes for a second. That's a pretty big weapon, but yeah, I don't see, I don't get... Dude, where's the weapon? Where's the bad thing?
Right. I'm going to, first of all, take this...
If you think that this guy is real, put a thumbs up emoji in the chat. If you think that he's a ding-dong, put a bell emoji in the chat.
This antenna piece to pieces. All right, people have seen it before. They've seen the breakdown. All right?
No. We haven't seen it before. We haven't seen the breakdown. We don't know what you're talking about.
Let's just unloosen this piece here.
Yeah, why don't you just stand in front of it while you're doing it? We don't care what's happening. We don't care to see it ourselves, sir.
All right, let's just break this down and let's show people what this is. All right? This is the Harvard piece of technology. Obviously, that's the antenna. That's a scanner. It's radar.
In Flat Earth says, this is hilarious, slappy face. You haven't seen nothing yet, buddy.
It's a radar piece of equipment. You can see that. This has got the 450 volt capacitor on it.
Yeah, but that's just a circuit board. You're going to have to point out where it becomes military-grade weaponry.
And you see the cabling. It's really
I see the cabling.
important to see that cabling. This is the...
Yeah, I see the cabling. I get how important it is for me to see the cabling. My eyes are looking at the cable. I see the cabling.
delivery system, all right? This is an extremely...
Well, sir, all the cable does is deliver an electrical signal. That doesn't make it a military-grade weapon. We still need you to prove that it's a military-grade weapon.
dangerous piece of hardware. This is a single element, and they're 31,875.
No, it's not. This is just part of an LED lighting system. You haven't shown where it's a military-grade weapon yet, sir.
A lot of people making complaints.
It's a prototype lightsaber. It's a prototype lightsaber, says Logical Troglodyte. Good to see you, buddy. Kenneth says, what? These retards miss the what you accurately need to harm any on. It's not possible with this puny equipment. It's way, way, way too freaking small and too far away. Trust me. I'm with you, my friend. I'm with you.
It's to the council.
Is my chat moving? Did my chat lock up? Oh, above me, I mean. Oh, there it went. Because my chat's on fire and this thing's barely moving up here. I'll see if I can refresh it.
Now, and making complaints where they're being lied to on a regular basis about this technology. So the councils are lying about what...
Sir, you have to show us where this is military-grade weaponry. You're just proving that it's an LED, a light.
This is... Let's just shoot...
LED does not stand for long engaging device.
people, this is not a dipole antenna. Look.
It's not?
It's a high gain dielectric lens antenna. Alright? It's in a little bit better shape than the other one that we've shown the video on. But that is an illegal piece of equipment. It's not a...
How is it? Wait, now listen, sir. You have to explain this to us. It looks like a normal part of an LED light. It doesn't look like anything bad, man. If you use the cord as a garrote, maybe. But yeah, you could get you could get a little bit. Maybe you could take that plastic and knock somebody out with it. Is that what you're trying to say, man? Are you saying that the military plans to throw this at somebody? I mean, it's not that heavy. It probably wouldn't hurt anyone, even if it hit them. What are you saying, man?
Part 15 FCC approved piece of equipment. This can target acquire. It's radar. That's a...
What? Target acquire with what? Why are you acquiring targets? What are you saying? That this is a targeting device? A targeting device is not a weapon system. The weapon system is the thing that delivers the payload or the laser or the bullet. This would be the targeting device then.
A scanner. All right, it's a scanning antenna. They are illegal. Anybody...
How are they illegal? You're not telling us why they're illegal. You got JM Truth Syndrome, dude. I think we're realizing that we're starting to find out that there is a thing called truther syndrome, where people think that they are truthers, so they think that all they got to do is say something and it's the truth. That's what the truth means on YouTube. You say it, they think it's the truth.
He thinks that councils have the right to scan into your home or...
How can it scan your home when this is a traffic LED light?
Mistaken. That's...
Oh, you meant car. You meant they're scanning our car.
Offense in law. All right, let's just pop that back, because people have seen that breakdown before, and they've also seen this breakdown before. What?
No, I'm not even mad at you, Busy. No, play WoW every time he says something stupid. Yes, you're allowed to play other sound effects. Just do it when he's being stupid. Do you got it? Do I need to explain it more for you? I know you're a flat earther. Okay.
What's really
for those of you that don't know, Busy's my sound tech. He is a flat earther and an SJW. I'm not being mean to him. I'm not putting him down. I'm not using it as an insult. That just accurately describes the guy. I'd tell you some other things that he is, but he'd get mad at me and he'd yell at me. I didn't tell him.
Important.
He smokes meth.
To have a look at this bit of hardware. Now, this box is actually being made so you can't get into it. All right, it's a sealed unit. It just had to be taken to pieces. Obviously, we've got to be careful with this because it's got to...
Wait, you just said the box is made so you can't get into it. You easily pulled the top off, sir. You just very gently removed the top. I think it was made so that we could get into it.
It's sent back because it's got to go back in the stores. What I'm going to show people, this is the hardware. This is the delivery system. This is coming from these units here. This is the delivery system to the weapon. All right? That's the delivery system.
Where's the weapon? We have... The most important part is... Are you trying to drag this out for watch time, big guy? You still haven't showed us the weapon. It's not a weapon system without a weapon. It's just a system.
The weapon. This is the cabling, because I've had a couple of foolish people, absolute ignorance. That's the cabling to the LED.
That's the cable. The cable is very important. He's obsessed with cables. He's obsessed with cables. Team says, stop snitching on Busy. Team, hey, you're encouraging Busy, team. Don't you think that he's... Stop it, Busy.
They're not the thing because they don't carry a great...
Stop encouraging him, team.
...deal of power and they won't burn out. However, this piece of cabling is pretty powerful stuff. And it has to be because you've got a 450 volt capacitor in this bit, but you've also...
But that doesn't mean it's a weapon. You still haven't proven that it's a weapon. Janie says that is a switching power supply. Thank you, Janie. I don't know much about electronics anymore. I'm pretty good at soldering guitars, but not at these types of things. So
you've got a number of 450 volt capacitors.
Glober Mom, good point. The cables could be whipped at somebody and might leave a welt. Yeah. Shut up, Busy. I'm not telling him what you do in the bedroom. That's disgusting, Busy. No, bad. Bad, Busy.
These are not for the LEDs. This is the LED delivery system here. All right? There's transformers on here to reduce the power going to these small cables.
I'm shocked, sir. I'm shocked.
Which fit into this for the LEDs.
Oh, God. I was about to give him a ding-dong. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to give him a ding-dong yet. Stop, Busy. You're overdoing it.
You do not need this type of capacity. Only a fool, only a very, very ignorant fool would even pretend that this is some type of ballast. All right? These are LED.
Sir. So what your claim is that this light is they've used a higher wattage than they need to use. That doesn't make it a weapon, though. You're claiming that it's a weapon.
LEDs.
Janie, I'm right with you, Janie. I'm right with you.
For the ignorant, this isn't a fluorescent lamp needing ballast to put a lot of energy in. We all know that LEDs operate on very, very small amounts of energy. So they do not need. So this is a step down to these small cables. However, this is a step up to this delivery system, because obviously if you're going to use a weapon, it needs to have a bit of power. It needs to have a bit of power about it. All right?
Oh, man.
So that fits to there. This then goes to this.
Oh, man. You're just telling us how the light works at this point, sir. You're just telling us how the light... I got to skip ahead a little bit. I hate doing this to you, but you're just going too slow.
There is no protection. There's no diffuser. These are illegal. These are a category 2 optical radiation emission system.
Whoa. So it's a radiation gun? You're saying that these traffic signals are radiation guns. Therefore, they make them a weapon system. Therefore, we should buy Richie from Boston's a 2-week emergency supply food plan. Okay.
Their lenses, so what they do, that creates a focus point. These are basically lasers.
Very, very true, James. I would disagree in one thing. I would say this guy is a weapon of mass ding-dongery, but very, very much close.
So that bank of lasers there, in the 450, 460 nanometers, these are phosphor.
He's a ding-dong, da-dong-dong-dong.
And that phosphor wears off over time. So these become more toxic. They become more toxic, and they will kill. They'll blind people. They cause retinal...
They're gonna kill blind people? Wow!
Cell stress, retina cell death, enable blind an awful lot of people if they don't wear protective eyewear. All right.
Oh my God. So now you guys know why Richie said this in the beginning.
Never seen it ramped up the way it is right now. At any rate, use this website. Use the link that's in the description below. You save money. You prepare yourself, your family. You can remove fluoride from water. You can store energy from any solar you can possibly find.
Richie.
And you can stack up on food, anything over.
Sell that food, Richie. So this is Richie from Boston. He's the guy that shared this video. Richie's known for clickbaiting, and he's known for taking really dumb truth videos, trying to make them scare you, and then trying to sell you survival equipment so that the lights don't hurt you. Remember, these lights are going to attack the world, and when they do, you want to have a lot of food next to you. Food that doesn't spoil. How do you get that food? You go to Richie from Boston's About section, right below where it scares you to death. 5G and LED lights are weapon systems. Play it, Busy. Hurry. Busy, hurry up. Play it. You go down and you make sure that you click this link, and you have to order Richie from Boston's special 2-week emergency food supply plan. But if you're a real truther, you upgrade and get more and save more money. That's right. You spend more money, but you save money. Richie, I need a full explanation on how it works, on how me spending an extra $100 saves me money. I don't get it, but maybe you can explain it to me with some type of truther video that'll woo me into believing it. Now, the reason why Richie has gained 150 pounds in the last 4 days is because he's been eating nothing but his sample pack that they send him every time he does one of these videos. Richie, thank you for the advice. I will never trust those LED lights again. And we got a super chat, I think. Let me make sure. Dab said, Illuminati confirmed. That's right, buddy. Now Richie's a businessman, okay? Richie is not just a YouTuber. Not only is he a YouTuber and is he making a bank on ad revenue, but Richie also, not only did he prove that 5G and LED lights are wet, he didn't prove it. Of course, we just showed that he didn't prove any. They didn't even mention 5G in this video at all. 5G was not mentioned in any way, shape, or form in this entire video. But I looked down one video underneath that one, and I was shocked to see that in a 1 day period, 24-hour period, Richie not only proved 5G and LED lights are weapon systems, but he also proved that DNA tests can prove what chemtrails are. Well, I can't wait to hear it, Richie.
2019. And because of what I caught on video this morning, it really made me think I must know somebody that has actual DNA results or blood test or...
Oh, you know what? You're right, James. 5G refers to the Five Guy hamburger chain. That, the Five Guys, the food chain. And he's right. It could kill everyone in America. I'm right. Damn it. I was wrong. I'm sorry, Richie. Yeah, you don't want to overeat Five Guys. No way.
Hair samples showing the barium, strontium, aluminum, etc. And it turns out the YouTuber that you...
Did you know, Mr. From Boston, that aluminum is everywhere on the earth? It's everywhere, dude.
You guys, I'm all sure you know he's a moderator usually, but he's taking tonight off. He has his test result from, I believe it's 2015, right?
Yeah.
So he took a DNA test from 2015. In 2015. He took a DNA... How does a DNA test prove you got barium and strontium and aluminum in your system? DNA test shows your DNA. It doesn't show what's in your... It doesn't show all the chemical makeup of your body. This isn't some... A DNA test is not some freaky-ass chemtrail drug test, bro. Where you been getting your info, Richie?
Yeah. So
Richie thinks that a DNA test is a chemtrail drug test. A chemtrail drug test.
So I've already looked at them. Mike's already shown them in a video before. The barium and strontium are off the chains. In a real world, you shouldn't have that in you whatsoever at all.
Yeah, but Richie, one more time here. You're talking about a DNA test. A DNA test does not measure the chemicals in your body, big guy.
There's no reason for you to have that in your system at all.
No.
Well, I thought, wait, he said aluminum. Should I have aluminum in my body? Although aluminum containing over-the-counter oral products are considered safe in healthy individuals at recommended doses, some adverse effects have been observed following long-term use in some individuals. So you didn't answer my question. Does aluminum build up in the body? Aluminum toxicity occurs when a person ingests or breathes high levels of aluminum. It's the most plentiful metal in the Earth's crust. Exposure to aluminum is usually not harmful, but exposure to high levels can cause serious health problems. Richie, you just lied to everybody, Richie. You just said that we shouldn't have aluminum. How do we not have aluminum in our body when it's the most common metal in the damn Earth's crust, you ding-dong?
You re-uploaded that video that I put up this morning. You and I, that's what we do. We are constantly...
We know what you do, Richie.
Outside pointing cameras at chemtrails and nobody's caring.
We don't care because you haven't... listen, Richie. If I was to allege to you that the smoke coming out of a car made you grow a tail, would it help for me to prove it to you by pointing a camera at the tailpipe of a bunch of cars driving by for 10 years every day and uploading those videos to YouTube? It wouldn't. Me filming the tailpipe of a car would never eventually prove that the car exhaust makes me grow a tail. I don't think you thought this one out 10 years ago when you started doing this. Like, you know, if you want to prove to everybody that chemtrails are bad, you need to collect the exhaust of an airplane, take it to a freaking lab, and you could get a hold of LED guy. You could get a hold of LED's our weapons guy that we just, watched, and have him break down an airplane and prove where the chemicals are and the chemicals that are getting injected into the air. You know what I'm saying there, big guy? You can't just stand outside with a camera pointed at the sky for 10 years and then scream and cry that no one's listening to you.
But we still do it, and we still do it.
I know. I can't figure it out, Richie. You keep doing this. You keep filming planes, and you wonder why no one cares.
50 miles from my house. 50 miles.
Shut up, Richie. Everybody's wondering why you don't do something about this if you really believe it.
Away, and I see what looks like a circle in the sky that catches my eye. I start videotaping it with my...
Oh, yeah, you literally think video cameras solve every problem. See, Richie has a mental deficiency. He thinks everyone else should do something. Richie thinks if he discovers a problem, then he can cry about it loud enough for long enough, someone else is going to fix the problem. So he goes around and alleges all these problems constantly and then gets mad at the world that no one's doing anything to fix his alleged problems. Richie, you got bad problem-solving skills. We've identified the issue. You've got bad problem-solving skills. You need to solve the problem. You need to do it yourself.
My cell phone.
We don't want to help you.
In about 10 miles more, I'm like, wait.
Will do, man.
Wait a minute. Is that a 666?
James says, I think this guy is sucking from the tailpipe. I don't think you're far off.
Because now I can see 3 of them. I'm still 40 miles from my house, so I want to get home really quick.
So you're hallucinating. You're hallucinating. You're saying that there are planes flying around near your house drawing 6s in the sky, but you don't have the video? You can't put it on the screen? Let's see these really awesome test pilots drawing these 6s up in the sky, Richie. Come on. Show it to me.
But I figure by the time I get home, certainly an hour's going to go by because it's 40 miles away. I live in the city. They won't be there. I get home. There's a perfect monster chemtrail straight in front of the sun from where the sun's coming from.
Oh, my God. This guy is one of the biggest ding-dongs I've ever seen. He's a ding-dong. Okay, Dav turned this in. So this is the trace elements include boron, chromium, cobalt, copper, fluorine, iodine, iron, manganese, molybdenum, I don't know how to say it, selenium, silicon, tin, vanadium, and zinc. Vanadium, I don't know. So it gives you the amount that you're going to have in your body. Where's aluminum at? I don't see it on here. So we got oxygen 65, carbon 18.5, hydrogen 9.5, calcium 1.5, phosphorus 1, potassium 0.4, sulfur 0.3, sodium, chlorine, and manganese is 0.2 and under. Sorry, Richie. Sorry, big guy. You crazy. You crazy. Everybody, I'm sorry to say it, but Richie is a faker. The reason why, for 10 years, he's only pointed a camera at things and never really done anything about it is because he's paid by big companies to do this stuff. He is what people on YouTube call a shill. You got me? He has a big YouTube channel that he is in a multi-channel network. He has a lawyer that helps him with his channel. I put a video up about a year ago where he was talking about his channel's lawyer because he's in a multi-channel network. They're there to scare people and make them think they need to prep. The irony is, Marfugal does the same thing. A bunch of other YouTubers do the same thing. They're all in this multi-channel network, and once they scare you with all this stuff, all these conspiracies, all these things they scare you about, they always link you to websites where you can buy a solution. When in all reality, let's just say Richie is right and an emergency's coming. You really want to be stuck in a freaking bunker eating this crap for 2 weeks? I think I'd rather just either get my food, grow my own food, or starve. Yeah.
Come to where it's going, and then there's 8 perfectly concentric circles in front of the sky, and nobody's looking. You couldn't miss it. It looked like a little kid was up there drawing. The only issue is, I just asked your opinion on it. These.
So then I started to click around in Richie's About section, and I discovered he started a new channel where he tells you where you can find cheap survival items and do exactly what I just said that he does. 10 cheap survival items you must have. Live from Australia. 10 super cheap preps that you will need when stuff hits the fan. My rear drawer setup. Now, inside of this, one of these videos, he admits to wearing a man purse. Have I solved the mystery yet? Richie from Boston wears a man purse. I solved it. Solved it. Shut up, Busy. I say that, not you. Read the script. Quit going outside the script, Busy. God, next up.
One more time, because I just got a month to kill before they kill my channel. Because I just got a month to kill before they kill my channel. One more time, because I just got a month to kill before they kill my channel.
That was funny.
Let's cover one more time. Why whatever that thing in your head that you call
My thing in my head? Did you just say I have a thing in my head?
The brain has to be twice as dense as a mountain to believe in the myth of gravity.
Really? So are you saying I can jump off of a skyscraper and fly? Hook me up, Pratt.
We have heard for centuries that gravity was related to density and,
Well, no, density is based on... Wait, hold on. Is he talking about... Well, wait, I interrupted him too soon. Hold on.
you know, been told how lead balls and Barnes and Cavendish and all proved it, and that things attract each other because of their density. That's why everything's pulled towards the center of the earth.
He's trolling us, dude. Like, he don't even care anymore. He's straight trolling us.
Center of the earth where, okay, people, the density of dry sand is somewhere between 80 and 100, I think, centimeters cubed or something along that.
Cubic centimeters or something like that, big guy?
So it's obviously more dense. Of gallons of water that is half the density of a mountain, and weigh myself, and then go to the top of Mount Rainier that's twice as dense as the water I was just on.
It doesn't matter what you're standing on, you freaking ding-dong. You just said it matters how dense you are. What does it matter what... You're a ding-dong, ding-dong. No more from you, ding-dong. You lose. You lose the ding-dong test, Pratt. You're a ding-dong. Oh, my God. Busy, what did I tell you? I don't want them having... I want my music. I like my music, not theirs. Well, why don't you get a hold of her? Tell Orphan Red next time. I'll play music when we react. She only does these videos, so I'll react to them. Tell her I'll handle the music next time. You hang out with her every night. You sit around and talk about flat Earth. I know why you're hanging out with her. You don't care about no flat Earth. Uh-huh. If you're here, you think you can't see this area over here because it's beyond the curvature. Nobody said that. The curvature is very, very light. It's not a big freaking crazy curve, you ding-dong. What are you talking about? You can tell, look at it. Look at the curvature. It barely curves. It's huge. The thing is ginormous, you ding-dong. And you know what? I'm glad. I recorded some footage, and it seems like it'd be the perfect thing to show Orphan Red here. Go ahead, Orphan Red. I'll bring it up. Freaking ding-dong, bro. Fucking kids' music. Oh my God, this is dumb. Shit. Do I save it? I didn't save it. Come on. I didn't save it. This is the dumbest... You know what, though? Did you hear the music? There are bells ding-donging through the entire video. Those are bells. Orphan Red, you are a ding-dong. That is all. Next up. Dingin' bells. Dingin' bells. Okay, so basically, Steve tweeted this out today. Non-sequitur show. Busy, give me a lighter song, please. Thank you, sir. Non-sequitur show news. Judge deferred the order, merely asking that I sign an affidavit that all facts of the case are true, and then he will proceed to sign the order to have Kyle return the non-sequitur channel and show the books. Almost there. So basically, what happened is a lawyer in all the papers they turn in and all the things they do, had to end up refiling one of the papers and having Steve sign it. It did not mean that everything that's happened up until then is undone. So Kyle still lost. Kyle still didn't show up. It all deferred to Steve, and, well, it was all judged to go to Steve. And now they're at that stage where they have to file a bunch of papers and they have to do a bunch of crap in order to determine what Steve is owed legally and fairly inside the law. And it's probably a very careful process, right? A judge is not just going to try and guess and, you know, screw somebody over. They're going to keep it within the law. They're going to keep it realistic. They're going to base it off of evidence. You got me? So everything's normal. Of course, in doing this giant case, there's going to be certain things that have to be redone. There's going to be certain papers that the lawyer is going to file wrong and have to redo, or that he's going to forget to have Steve sign, right? This is normal stuff. Any lawyer who's ever lawyered at all and actually done their job knows this stuff. It doesn't indicate anything about the case. What does indicate things about the case is that Kyle went into hiding. He did not show up. He did not attempt to defend himself. He did not keep his word, right? He was in Discord 3 weeks later saying, you know what? I'm going to have to go in and, like, try to file something and, like, you know, do something because, you know, I need to do something about this. But he never did, right? Therefore, we all can celebrate. We have that option. We can be happy that Steve got the channel that he should have had the entire time. He should have never been kicked off his channel. Now, any of us that have YouTube channels, or any of us that like a YouTuber and watch a YouTuber, we know how much it would suck to have that YouTuber lose their channel. A lot of us have experienced that with YouTubers that we watch that we know shouldn't have lost their channel, and Steve is one of them. Wouldn't it be nice if this didn't happen and Non-Sec had just sat there and done everything it used to do up to now and was 100,000, 200,000 subs heavy and was just banging it out just like we knew it could be because of the dedicated audience? It would be awesome. It would have been awesome. It wasn't Steve's fault. Kyle is recorded making these decisions, doing these things, right? It was admitted who was behind it. It was admitted who influenced Kyle to do this, right? Everything that Steve has put out has also come true. So you would think that the people out there who criticize Steve constantly would eventually admit when they were wrong in the past and correct it, not just leave old videos up that are wrong, that are bullshit. Not just take those videos down, but also correct them, admit where they were wrong. See, what the people that are criticizing Steve don't get is that if they're going to attempt to criticize Steve for things that they say he's doing wrong, they also must do that themselves. You got me? They also must correct themselves. In fact, before they can even correct anyone else, they have to have a history of correcting themselves. So would it surprise you that several people that I accused by name of being in a group that hates on Steve for every little tiny thing that happens in this story, I accused them of being in a group and working together and hating on Steve, not because they're right, not because they have a legit criticism, but simply because they don't like Steve due to something that happened in the past between them and Steve. Would it shock you if I showed you a video that they just did where they were alleging that this happening is some kind of big gotcha moment for them and their side? Well, let Nate Broady, who is supposed to be a lawyer, describe what just happened. And you ask yourself, is Nate Broady not a lawyer? Is that why? Is that why he never gets anything right when it comes to the law and Steve McRae and Non-Sequitur? Because all of his videos that he did breaking down Non-Sequitur were bullshit. I called it out. That's why I called him out in the beginning. I can't believe Viva LaFrey had him on. I'm going to get a hold of Viva LaFrey and I'm going to ask him, like, dude, do you even know what this guy does? Well, let me prove it to you. You know what I'll do? I'll address Viva La Fray in a nice video that'll go through and show Viva La Fray all these little things that Nate Broady's done in the past. Maybe that will, that way when Viva La Fray thinks about having Broady on again or whatever, I don't know, Viva La Fray, I don't know what to say his fucking name is. I don't care. Next time, though, he thinks about having Nate on, he'll at least have a little bit of context, right? Well, let's hear Broady explain this. And by the way, I've seen the paper. The paper says the judge deferred ordering it until the lawyer did what Steve is saying here, from what I read. Let's hear this master lawyer break it down.
They review it, and they say, okay, you've made sufficient. They review, going to say pay. So everybody understands.
I'm going to screen share something just for the smart asses who are now YouTube lawyers and who graduated from Google U, just to show you how fucking stupid you sound right now. All right.
Okay, you're literally talking to a YouTube lawyer here, buddy. Kind of rude. Kind of rude to say that about a YouTube lawyer sitting next to you. That's very rude, my friend, but Kyle for DFOTY, I'm with you.
Hold on. But before that, let me just get to this technical stuff so everybody.
Okay, Broady, I'm going to give you a shot. Let's see if you describe this technical stuff accurately. And if you don't, then we're going to deem you a ding-dong. But if you do describe it accurately, I will remove my previous 16 designations of your ding-dongery. I'm giving you a great opportunity. You hate the fact that I've designated you a ding-dong. In fact, I've designated this guy one of the kings of the ding-dongs. But with Broady, he's very angry that I designated him a ding-dong. I'm going to give him a chance to redeem himself. And if you don't redeem yourself, you're going to get promoted.
Everybody understands what's going on. So, technically, what's happened? Well, as we know,
Godless Scummer says, Uni, it's a pity because Broady is pretty good when he's not talking about Steve. Problem is that he and Drag Nuts are obsessed with their hate boner for Steve. And Godless Scummer, exactly. See? Godless Scummer, pretty freaking logical individual. Always calls it as it is, honest. And even Godless Scummer's like, look, I'd be watching Broady if it wasn't for the fact that he lies about Steve McRae constantly because of his hate boner for the guy. And Broady, you do. You can sit up there and say you don't. You act like no one knows. You act like people don't email the YouTubers that you try to go buddy up to and let them know what's going on, right? You act like nobody knows. We all know. We all know. Here's your last shot, Broady. Hit me with it.
Steve initiated a lawsuit against Kyle in North Carolina.
We already know all of this. This was literally what? The 90th time you've said this in one video or another? My God, bro.
Kyle didn't show up.
He didn't show up. Yeah.
The default judgment. So what happens is the first step is to put an order in asking for the court to.
No, we don't give a shit. We don't care about, everything that Steve's lawyer is going to have to do to make this happen. And for the audience, from our perspective, all that matters is that Kyle didn't show up. And it's already defaulted over to Steve. That's it. We're done. We understand that Steve's lawyer is going to have to file a shit ton of papers and go through a pretty, nasty process with the judge, because the judge's interest is going to be not overcharging Kyle or being overzealous with Kyle, doing what's fair. The judge is going to want to do what's fair. Everybody knows this, Broady. It's one of those things that no one's ever claimed that it wasn't that way. Nobody thought that Kyle doesn't show up and everything within 3 seconds of the judge smashing his gavel, YouTube instantly gives Steve the channel. Steve's money instantly appears in his account. Nobody thought that, you ding-dong.
Into the default judgment. So you're saying, okay, court, this scumbag didn't show up.
Now, I don't know why Broady and Dragnut, who, if you didn't know, Dragnut lives with his mother, and his mother lives with her mother, and it's like his chain thing. It's messed up, bro, because he always criticizes people for living with their mom. It's weird. But Broady, on the other hand, I'll lay into him in a second. Let's let him keep going because he gets worse.
Kyle Curtis, and because he didn't show up, I went on default. Correct.
Oh, play it, Busy. Hurry up. Busy. Wrong one, ding dong.
He won on default.
That's all we care about as viewers, as the audience. We don't care about a detailed process of what the lawyer's going to have to do, to argue with the judge or whatever. And until they have the books anyway, they're not going to be able to make an accurate... and no one can say that the books don't exist. The books do exist. In fact, you can go into your YouTube channel and go back however long you want. You can go into Patreon. You can go into Teespring, and you can go back however long you want and print that shit out. And that's what they'll use to determine what Kyle should have given to Steve and all that. And you get me. And plus, then he's going to be charged for... making Steve go to court. They're going to be charged time, interest, and things from making Steve wait for his money. So he's going to be out a shit ton of money, more than just what he should have been paid. But this has all been discussed ad nauseum. What does this have to do with anything? What does this have to do with anything?
But now there's a second part to that. Just because you've won on default doesn't mean the court's just going to say pay the man whatever he's asking for.
No shit, Brody. No shit. Okay, you're acting like people don't know that.
Well, no. The court then has to take your factual allegations and the information you provide to them. They review it and they say, okay, you've made...
I heard Steve himself say this days ago. I think Steve even talked about this a little bit very recently, honestly, here. Steve, if Steve himself is saying this, what's the problem?
Sufficient claims and allegations. And if all this is true, you can recover. And then they're going to say, okay, they're going to sign an order and say, and this is the part, the order for the...
What is the point in this? What is the point in this?
Default judgment and give it to you.
Hey, I know what Drag Nuts and Brody are going to do is they're going to just go watch Steve and then go live and then say everything Steve said. But Drag Nuts going to act like a condescending idiot the whole time. That's what this is?
And that order will say... Kyle owes you $100,000. So you take it to Kyle's bank, you take it to Kyle's job. The court says, pay that man his money, right? That's the order that you want. So Steve doesn't have that.
No shit. No one thinks Steve has that. What you're acting now, you two are acting like everybody thinks that Steve's done or something. No, we think realistically where Steve's at with the lawsuit because Steve's been very upfront about it.
So, for instance, when Steve is going around now and saying that YouTube, give me my channel back. Well, Steve doesn't have an order.
He doesn't need an order to say that to YouTube. This is the problem, Brody. You have got a hate boner so bad for Steve, and you're obsessed with him, and I think both of you are in love with him. In fact, does anyone else in the audience agree with me? I think a lot of my audience would agree that these two are in love with Steve. Honestly, truly here. Listen. Steve should have been asking YouTube for access to that channel since the second he was kicked off. Do you know why, Brody? Because Kyle is admitted in many occasions saying that Steve is a 50-50 owner. I'm not going to rant on this. I've ranted on this way too many times on my channel. This is the thing you've done this whole time, Brody. You act like Steve shouldn't have a right to be messaging Team YouTube to get his channel back. Why? You're not giving... I want to hear some really good logic on why would Steve not be trying to get his channel back? We all know it's Steve's channel. You yourself, Brody, admitted that that the Non-sequitur channel is half Steve's. Even this guy said it. And he wants to marry Steve more than the rest of them. You guys have said that it was half Steve's channel and that Kyle didn't have a right to do what he did. I've heard you say it. So how then are you going to sit in this show and basically scream that Steve shouldn't be asking YouTube for the channel back, even though I said that it's half Steve's? What are you talking about? What would you do if your channel gained 100,000 subs and someone took it from you? You wouldn't act like this. You'd have different rules for yourself than you've had for Steve this whole time. That's why everybody hates you. That's why everybody thinks that you are a grade A ding-dong, because you participate in ding-dongery constantly. You never learn from your ding-dong and mistakes, and you're constantly damned to keep repeating them until you get rid of the hate boner. Go to the doctor, tell them that you've had a hate boner for tell them you took hate Steve hate Viagra, too much of it, and you've had for over 4 hours, about 5 years, but that is over 4 hours, a hate boner for Steve, and you need a remedy. You need to get rid of the hate boner so that you can stop participating in this ding-dongery.
For YouTube to give him the channel back. Steve has an order saying he's won the lawsuit.
He doesn't need an order to ask YouTube to give him his damn channel back. What are you freaking talking about? That should just be something YouTube does when somebody has someone kick them off of their channel. They just did it for what's his name, Toon. I made a bunch of videos telling people about Toon getting hacked out of his channel. He was asking YouTube for his channel the entire time without a court order. Is Toon wrong? Is that what you're saying, Mr. Lawyer? You're saying that anybody that gets kicked out of their channel for any reason cannot ask YouTube for the channel back until they go to court and get some kind of damn judgment? That's what you're saying, Brody. You sound like a ding-dong, sir.
But the judge hasn't effectively said, this is what you get back. That's what Steve was good with.
But you still haven't asked yourself the most important question. Does a judge have to say that for a person to get their channel back if they can prove they own the channel? No.
For now.
Ding dong.
So,
no.
When we look at the documents on the well, this is something that you guys aren't going to be able to see. But if you go into the case, if you look at item number 10, 11, and 12.
Oh my God.
First, Steve puts a motion.
All I'm hearing is like ding dong, ding dong every time he talks. I just hear ding dong.
Put a motion in for default judgment, and then they put 2 proposed orders. They put one in on October 9th.
So what?
October 9th, 2019.
Get to the point.
Then that order doesn't seem like it was good enough. That was in October. Then they put.
No, it didn't. What are you talking about? It didn't seem like it was good enough. What?
Put another one there about 4 days ago, November 8th. And it was a modified order. And now the judge has rejected both.
No. The judge didn't reject the order. The judge deferred it until Steve signed it. I read the thing. It said deferred. You're telling me you're a lawyer and you don't know the difference between deferred and rejected? Really? Is it because you're a bad lawyer? Or is it because of your ding-dongery? Which is it here?
For those orders. So in other words, we're not giving you anything yet, Steve.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. You're telling me it took you guys this much logic to get to this point when everybody else already knew this the whole time? Really? Maybe this is why you guys are such horrible skeptics. You just have no ability to reason. Whatever happened to you? Why are you at this place? How did you get here? Was it the Steve hate Viagra that you took? Because seriously, dude.
And the judge is putting on.
And look at this. Look at him. Duh. Hey, guys, look at me now, please. What the fuck?
Order
bro?
saying we're going to delay that because you fucked up. And
No. Yeah. The Steve's lawyer needed Steve to sign a paper and forgot to have Steve signed it before he filed it. So what? You're a lawyer. You should know that shit happens all the time. It doesn't disqualify a case. It's just the judge didn't throw anything out, did he? Did the judge throw things out there, Mr. Top Lawyer Brody? Mr. like top 1% of his class Brody? Did the lawyer throw everything out because of it? Oh no. Or the judge? No, what did the judge do? Deferred it until Steve signs the paper and the lawyer refiles it. You're making a big deal out of nothing, but hold on a minute. Every single time I've listened to you guys sit and do this to Steve, that's the determination at the end. That's the provable, logical determination. You're making a big deal out of nothing. It's every single time, Brody. Not one time. And then you always have this guy sitting there dishonestly acting like it's a gotcha moment. Why is it a gotcha moment when you've done the same thing many times, but yet Steve continues to go forward and continues to show everyone that Kyle was lying and that Steve was telling the truth? Why can't you get one win in this situation, Brody? By this time, you should give up because the audience, the community, they gave you your 3 strikes years ago with Steve. Then we reset your 3 strikes for the non-sequitur stuff, and you struck out months and months ago on the non-sequitur. No one's going to give you a shot again. You're damning your YouTube presence by doing this over and over and over. We can never trust you in the future because in the future, we'll never know if you're, describing some legal situation in a really inaccurate way because you are uneducated on it, because you are mistaken, or we now know that if you get a hate boner for somebody, you're going to do this. That's what you've proven with this.
And you haven't really told us anything that you can win from. It's, at this point.
That's not what the see, this is another thing that Broady does. Broady takes something that happens and then pretends that it means some big thing. No, you just stated what it means. The judge deferred it until Steve's lawyer files the paper with his signature on it, files it correctly, right? You admitted this. You said this, but now you're saying that what? Say this again. Go ahead and go into this one more time, because honestly, you did this last time.
The judge has rejected both of those orders. So in other words, we're not giving you anything yet, Steve. And the judge has put in an order saying we're going to delay that because...
No, they deferred it, but yeah, deferred, delayed. You should use deferred, though.
You fucked up and you haven't really told us anything that you can win from.
No, that's not it at all. What? No. You can't have an error filed that disqualified it and had it to be redone at the same time as a judgment in the case by saying you haven't told us anything you could win from. What? Where is that coming from? So now you're contradicting yourself?
It's, at this point, it's bullshit. We need more.
That's not what the judge said. That you just told us the judge deferred it. We know why the judge deferred it, because Steve also didn't just put out this. He put out a document to prove what he's saying is true. So it can't be both, Broady. It can't be that the judge did it because you haven't proven that you are owed anything, like you just said, by the way. You said it. And also at the same time, really, it's about the fact that this paper was messed up by the lawyer. It can't be both. Sorry. You are lying, sir.
And that's what this is about today. So
you're lying. You just said two different things that disqualify each other. And you know why you do it? Because it's not good enough for you that the judge delayed or deferred until they provide the paper correctly. That's not enough for you. That means Steve is still in line to get all of his stuff. That means Steve's lawyer just made a mistake like everybody else does when, it's probably rare for this lawyer to get this far in this kind of suit anyway, this fast. The lawyer wasn't even probably prepared for it. The lawyer's probably preparing to sit and fight Kyle or fight Kyle's lawyer. And when Kyle's lawyer never shows up and Kyle doesn't show up, Steve's lawyer's probably like, oh shit, man, I did all this preparation for nothing. And now we've got to get ready to do the last part now. This is a good thing for Steve, but you two are constantly framing it as if it's a bad thing. You're liars. We're not this dumb. Steve, this is why Steve has to put out the paperwork, and I'm glad Steve does. But every time, it's like clockwork, dude. They literally stalk Steve. They do. I've proven it to now. They stalk Steve, and the second they find anything they can do one of these streams with, they jump on there as fast as humanly possible. This happened right after this all happened to Steve. Seconds later. But then they're both going to tell you, no, I barely watch Steve. I barely pay attention to what's going on. You guys are obsessed with the man. Go propose to him. If he says no, accept it and move on, okay?
Steve going around telling people that YouTube should be giving him the channel.
Oh, you're a ding dong, bro, and I'm about to throw out why.
That's just inaccurate because
it's not inaccurate. You are an idiot.
The judge
sir.
has not agreed that he has actually won.
So what's going on here is Broady thinks that he can take this paper and lie about it to you guys and come up with this big old thing. But no, sorry, you pulled a JM truth, Broady. At the same time, in your description, you got too excited, you got too forward with it, and you threw out two possibilities that contradicted each other without even finalizing which one it is. You're wrong, and I'll tell you right now why. Steve does not need a judge to petition YouTube to give his channel back. I can't even believe that you guys have admitted it. You've admitted that it's Steve has a 50-50 ownership of the channel, and yet you're sitting here acting like a lawyer is acting like he needs a judge to be able to go to YouTube to get his channel back. You're an idiot. You a ding-dong. You done, son. Sorry. I know you tried really hard this time, guys. I know you did. I'm sorry. I beat you again, and it was too easy. Now, I know that Brody and Drags Nuts over here is going to get super pissed that I just freaking owned them again. So what can they do here, to rebut UNIRock? Well, you can explain how Steve McRae or any other YouTuber needs a judge's order to petition YouTube to get their channel back when someone unfairly hacks the channel, takes the channel, steals the channel, changes the channel without his permission. You now can either explain how you need a judge to do those things or lose. But there's a problem. You don't need a judge to do those things. You don't need a judge to petition YouTube for those things. You are not a skeptic. You have a hate boner for Steve. 5, 6, 7 years ago, you guys chugged a whole bottle of I Hate Steve Viagra, and you refused to go to the doctor to get your freaking hate boner taken care of. And until you do, you're going to keep making asses out of yourselves, getting all of this shit wrong so bad. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Brody. Let's hear it, Dragnut. Go live. You guys could go live instantly when this happened. Go live and explain why any YouTuber has to have a judge order if we have proof that it's their channel, why they need a judge before they petition YouTube for the channel. Because the way that YouTube's rules are set up, the way that it all works is, if you can prove it's your channel, you can get a hold of YouTube and petition them. You don't need a freaking judge. Ya ding dongs. All right, I'm done. I'm done with them. It's just too good, bro. They make it so freaking easy every time. They don't even think about this. They don't even think it through before they get up there and act like this. Oh, and I'm not done. I'm not done because this ding dong spent the whole stream like sitting over there. And go watch it if you don't believe me. This ding dong's like, yeah. Ooh, give me my jazz hands. He's sitting here the whole time. Hold on, he just did it. He just did it while Ding Dong was talking. Look. Here, watch him. Watch him. Yeah. Now, hold on, that's not it. Hold up. You just saw him do it. I'm not gonna find it. You could here. I'll put it in. I'll put it in a 2x speed here. Yeah, but you watch him. He sits and celebrates it. He gets all smug, like we finally won. We finally won on Steve. Yeah, you tell him, Brody. Yeah, Steve should have, not petitioned YouTube for his channel back, even though these two themselves have admitted it's Steve's channel. Ooh. Keep trying. Keep trying. I just heard that song, Busy. Thank you. All right, last up. Oh, okay. I forgot this. Okay. I forgot to show you this on the JM Truth segment, so let me catch that up real quick. Now, JM, I forgot to say this to you, but the GoFundMe was started. Let's find it. I just saw it. Hold up. Let's see here. Shelly Lewis started the GoFundMe. You admitted that she let you grab the cash April 7th of 2019. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Once you guys raised money on this, right? You raised money on this, and you bought the equipment. When did you show your documentation? When did your documentation say that you bought that equipment? 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago would have been October 22nd, right around that time. That's the date on it. So your claim is that you bought the equipment, JM, before you got any money from Shelly, so it's your equipment. Your credit card receipts show that you got the equipment 3 weeks ago is when you bought it, and this GoFundMe campaign paid you out right before you bought that stuff. You did not get it before you started working with Shelly, and the evidence is out there, JM. Just to make sure I don't forget this part, I was supposed to show this and this date at the very beginning of the show, and I forgot. I just want to make sure I get it in there. All right, now we can get to the last part of the stream, and it's already 11, so I got to get this done, son.
But now we don't necessarily need to work at the really is level. There's no science for gravity. But we all believe it, apparently.
Oh, God.
Straightforward question, guys. How do we have gas pressure next to a vacuum?
There is no issue having gas pressure next to a vacuum, you ding-dong, and I can debunk you right now. Take a barometer or whatever the hell you use to measure gas pressure. I'm pretty sure it's a barometer. Aren't I right there? Measure it on the surface of the earth. Sleeping warrior. Walk up a mountain, hike a mountain, and measure it as you go. And watch the gas pressure exponentially drop. Send a balloon up there. Measure how much it drops as it goes up. Do a little tiny bit of math, and you'll realize that the gas pressure, provably, measurably, not by NASA, not by crazy Illuminati scientists, but by you yourself, can measure the gas pressure going up until it gets close to zero, which is where it becomes space or the end of our atmosphere. Sleeping warrior, you could keep repeating this forever, but this is why your movement is dying. When you make these dumb arguments over and over and over again, you're gonna lose. Nathan Oakley is the person that premiered this stupid presentation 3 hours ago. I don't know why. I think that they think if they say it enough, it's going to eventually make it right. I don't get it. Yeah, atmospheric pressure. Sorry, you get me. Whatever you use to measure the shit. And yes, atmospheric pressure, not gas pressure. Very true. James says, who's your choice for DFOTY? I made it yesterday night. And I'm sorry to all of you guys. I have to apologize. Busy, give me some sad music. I don't want anyone to get mad at me. Busy, that's chase music. That's not sad music. That's for a chase in a car, you know? Thank you. And I'm sorry, guys. I know we went into this wanting to nominate Sleeping Warrior. That was my nomination months ago. But after JM Truth did everything that he did, he's definitely earned my vote. Yeah, and I know Team Skeptic is going to celebrate and be like, haha, Uni, I told you so next time he comes on the show. But he's allowed to. He's allowed to. JM earned it. He earned it. And last night I nominated him. I nominated him yesterday with my stream, Grand Theft Flat Earth. The stream Grand Theft Flat Earth from yesterday was my nomination for JM Truth that I stated at the end of the stream. Luckily, Red's Rhetoric only has to watch the beginning of the stream to understand everything, so he doesn't have to spend 3 hours watching. But, you know, I'm going to have to go ahead and tag him, and let me grab the link. Now, let's do it. Because last night I didn't get it done. Let's do that really fast. Okay, so here we go to my videos. Let's grab this JM Grand Theft Flat Earth right here. We got to grab this link, copy. All right. Let's go ahead and get it to Reds. Red's Rhetoric. This stream is my nom for hashtag DFOTY being JM Truth. Damn it. You only have to watch the first bit to get why. Hashtag Grand Theft Flat Earth. If I click this button, Team Skeptic is gets to celebrate. But that's okay. He earned it. He predicted JM Truth months ago. He earned it. Back to the ding dong stream here. The ding dong stream. So and here's my thing. What's his name? Anthony Riley. Riley, bro, if you don't understand how we can have an atmosphere and also have a pressure gradient and also have space, then go back to school. Go back to school. Seriously.
Without a container. Not just that. Gravity isn't your answer.
it's mine. It is my answer. Mathematically, it works. It's provable. It's measurable. It's studyable. Yeah, I'm fine with it. No, it's your problem and not mine. You're right. It's not my problem. It's yours.
Because we know it's not a force.
So it doesn't have to be a force. What you're doing is just because it's not a force and it acts like a force, you want to exploit that to be able to make some claim that it doesn't exist. So, how does that make sense? You still can't explain that. You never have.
It's an open system. That doesn't give you a container.
We don't have a container. You're lying. You won't prove it. If there was a container, you could fly something up there and record the damn container. Why haven't you? You've been whining about Flat Earth all this time, but you won't prove it? You're just doing this for money. You're doing this because you found a very easy and cheap way to exploit very dumb people that won't educate themselves into giving you money. Fine. You want to earn your money that way? Do it. It's a very evil, nasty way to earn money. And when you do evil, nasty things for a long period of time, you become a pathological, whatever that kind of nasty behavior is. You'll either become a pathological thief if you're constantly stealing. You'll become a pathological abuser if you're hitting people all the time. You'll become a pathological cursor if you say curse words too much. I've experienced that myself. It's been hell trying to stop myself from cursing for YouTube and replacing my curse words with ding dong and things like that, but I've done it. I'm getting close at least. I still slip up. The bad behaviors we have become a habit. That's what they do. It's programmed in us. It's a function of them. And yes, you ripping off people has become this type of thing for yourself. If you want to, be that kind of person, be it. We're not trying to stop you. We're just making sure that we accurately debunk you and stand against your evil ways.
So, what is the answer?
FTFE. How does a pressurized system exist next to a vacuum?
All you got to do is go study. All you got to do is go actually to college and learn all the laws of thermodynamics and all the laws of physics. Go learn them, and you'll have your answer easily.
Gravity, you fucking retards! Gravity. Have you ever heard of fucking gravity? Gravity.
Well, great. Now I got a bunch of F-bombs on my stream.
Gravity!
Let me skip ahead a little bit because I'm going to get demonetized.
It admirably demonstrates that we've got fundamentalist dynamics 3 times.
When I tried to ask that same question and listen to the answer to say, but
what did we miss? What did we miss?
Vacuum of space, but it's the. This is NASA's Research Center Plum Brook Station in Sandusky, Ohio. It's the world's largest vacuum chamber. It houses a massive 100-foot diameter and 122 feet tall structure and is capable of getting almost...
I don't care. I don't care about all this crap, Riley. None of this matters. Do you know what matters? You can go ahead and try to bring up all of the complicated things you want, right? Like the second law of thermodynamics. You can butcher them to all hell, sit and do that and repeat yourself over and over again. I, though, am going to continue to hold you guys to 2 things. One of them is what I put out earlier today before this stream, which is this video. Nathan Oakley confirms the Leaking Warrior stream. Oh, no, not that part, even though that did happen. Professor Dave explains, debunks them all. I'm going to hold to that before you can say that, we shouldn't have an atmosphere, we shouldn't have this, we shouldn't have that, we got to have a container, second law, vacuum, vacuum, vacuum. You first need to be able to debunk Professor Dave adequately, scientifically, okay? You won't be able to. It is impossible for you to do so, and it's why you won't do it. The Globebusters failed miserably, and that's why every other flat earther's like, oh shit, if Bob can't do it, no. If Bob can't lie his way through that, none of us can lie our way through that. But the thing that Professor Dave says in the beginning of his response to Globebusters, he stops after he shows Globebusters and Jaren lying. He shows 2 examples they gave where they purposely took out the night-day cycle on one of the examples because they knew it debunked them, and they were trying to show this point without it. And he stops and says, if you aren't able to address this that I just said and fully explain on your model how it works, then I shouldn't listen to anything you have to say past that. And that's the truth. Why is that? Because those things are the beginning. The beginning of you explaining your flat Earth has to account for the night-day cycle, seasons, Terminator line, and all that. Where the moon is, where the Earth is, why half of the world is in day and half the world's in night. Those things have to be done. They are the most basic parts of explaining a model that has to do with the shape of the Earth and the day and the night. And until you do it, without us being able to fully debunk it every time, you can't move on to complaining about the atmosphere, complaining about space, complaining about NASA, complaining about Obenge and his goats. I don't care. So get to it. Get to it, because I guarantee more people are going to realize on their YouTube channels that the only time anybody wants to see these guys is when they do something incredibly stupid, right? The debunking of these guys is going to lose its views soon. More than really quick to the point debunking, in my opinion. It's getting stale, right? I'm just telling you how people feel. There's still good videos that happen when they make giant claims, but the same old claims being debunked over and over again has lost its appeal, you know? And for people, as more debunkers are going to start realizing this, and they're just going to start holding your feet to the fire. Provide this, or we're just going to ignore you. We'll find other things to debunk. We'll go debunk vaccine dum-dums. We'll go debunk QAnon dum-dums. We'll debunk the pizza guy dum-dums. We'll just find other people making crazy claims and debunk them, because at least they are being more honest than the flat earthers. This is a condition of intellectual dishonesty. Sleepy, Nathan, all of them think they can lock themselves in an echo chamber and ignore that they need to explain the most basic thing about their flat earth before screaming Coriolis proves their flat earth. Coriolis can't prove your flat earth if you can't explain the night-day cycle and those other things I mentioned. The whole second law of thermodynamics violation BS can't prove a flat earth if you can't explain the night-day cycle and these basic things about your model. Why is it that every single flat earther either converted to a glober, which they did, or they sit on YouTube and ignore this thing I'm speaking of because they know it is impossible to describe it? There's only one shape where it works, and I think it's been designed that way to kind of be more enlightening in a way, but then people will fucking say, oh, now you're talking about a god, Uni, you suck, but whatever, think what you will. I do believe in God, but I also believe in observations of the universe, science, and everything else that we see. I have a very weird view on things, guys, sorry. I was an atheist my whole life, but, you know, in the last, 6 years, I've changed my mind a little bit. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I think we all need to hold them to this point. The point that I make after I talk about Oakley confirming leaking Warrior in a chat room. He admitted that, yes, Riley peed. Nathan Oakley admitted it. Go look. Go watch the video. We need to all the debunkers, start holding the really dishonest flat earthers feet to the fire. Oakley, Sleepy, all these guys, Jaren, Bob. And then maybe when new ones pop up, maybe then we can kind of try to, like Conspiracy Cats did. He did an excellent video where he has this new flat earther nobody really knows about. And he's trying to be like, yo, Sleepy, if you can prove that it's a globe, I'll believe it. And so I said Sleepy, Cats, I mean. And so Cats is like, all right, I'll prove it's a globe. I'll debunk you. And he does. He does a whole video on the Baldy Cats channel debunking this new flat earther. And I still don't think he's going to convert the guy. I'm waiting on the next episode. It's going to be excellent seeing if he actually converts him. But anyway, that's useful, I think. But the one thing that's not useful, Oakley thrives off of having Globers come into the flat earth debate. He starts losing donations when Globers won't go into the flat earth debate. And over the last while, there's been a lot of Globers that have said, I'm never going back there. Or if Nathan wants to talk to me, he can go talk to me where there's no mute button and all that. But then there was an enormous group of them that boycotted the Flat Earth debate. And I think that's a good idea. They're going to have to start faking it. They're going to have to start, taking one of their flatties and have them pretend to be a glober and having them jump in to talk to Nathan. That's what they're eventually going to have to do. Because they're just not going to, when they keep doing this, more and more of us are going to say fuck it and not do it anymore. So hopefully you'll hold their feet to the fire on that. I would appreciate it. All right, I'll go to the live chat before we leave. Let's go ahead and hit it, Busy. You ready? You ready to hit the chat before we quit it? You ready to hit the chat before we quit it, Busy? Good. Because I'm making you do that now. If you want to donate, I just dropped the PayPal link in the About section. It would really help out next couple days. I got a few days to get through. If you want to help, there's the link in the chat. If you want to talk to me, tag me. Godless Scummer says, I don't think Slappy the Clown is a genuine flurf. By Slappy the Clown, you do mean Sleepy, right? I don't think Oakley is a genuine flurf. I've shown many times the DMs that were on the screen of the Flat Earth debate accidentally when he was talking to Riley in Skype, and there was a couple other people in Skype with him. I've shown you those DMs where Oakley's telling Riley, you can't talk about the lighthouse. It proves the bulge. It proves the globe. Stop. And I do believe that Oakley is a glober. There's only one reason how he can sit there and do what he does. Eventually, he would open his eyes. He'd say, wait a minute. Are you telling me you can debunk me? Let me hear it. He'd calm down eventually. There wouldn't be every day where he was acting like this. It's an act. Oakley is an act. Arwen's not. Quantum Eraser's not. They're both ding-dongs. Oakley is a ding-dong. He's just a deceptive ding-dong. He is a sociopath, a narcissistic sociopath. He's a dangerous individual. I feel sorry for the people that are close to him, honestly and truly. And that's why we heard him smack his kid so hard. That's why we heard that night. He does that kind of shit all the time. It's just, that was the first time we ever got to hear it ourselves, And he's a dangerous dude, bro. You can tell by the way he talks to people. He's not a religious guy. So why would anybody fight for the Flat Earth so hard? Well, it's obvious. They would only fight for the Flat Earth so hard if they are a religious fundamentalist. But religious fundamentalists, even the violent ones, they still attempt to follow the law of their religion. So what? Does Oakley have his own made-up religion that he follows? Is that why he acts like such an evil person? No, he's a faker. He's not a religious fundamentalist. He doesn't give a shit about the flat earth or the shape of the earth. He wants to make that money and sit at home and smoke weed with Arwen and play video games when he's not doing an hour a day on the debate, Arwen is just a sad person looking for friends, says James. I know, that's the sad thing. He is a horrible flatty, but he's only there because he fit in with other horrible flatties. They accepted him in, and now he has become the thing that they will allow him to be and be friends with them. You're right, 100%. And it's sad because I know people like that. I had this guy, one of my best friends in high school was like Arwen. And when he would go into the lunchroom and he would sit on the floor leaning up against the wall. He'd never go up to any of the tables and sit down with people, never talk to anyone. And I saw him there on like the first or second day of high school. And I walked up to him and I'm like, bro, come over here and sit with us. What are you doing, man? He's like, it's okay, man. You don't have to feel bad for me. And I'm like, I don't feel bad for you, but you shouldn't feel bad for you. Let's go. He eventually sat down with us, and he's been one of my best friends for a really, really, really long time, right? Somebody needed to do that with Arwen. Somebody needed to be like, be yourself and don't give a shit about everyone else and have a good time, bro. Let's go. And no one ever did. Instead, they said, Arwen, it's flat. Help us argue this flat thing, and we'll let you come. We'll hand out some bird seed for you. You come and pretend to be flat, and we'll hold you some bird seed, and you can peck it out of our hands every day. Okay. My precious, my precious. I'm sorry. I feel bad sometimes for making fun of Arwen, but I really don't, because Arwen has said some really horrible things. He said he wanted to test Coriolis on every American. It's just pathetic. I don't want to test Coriolis on anyone anywhere. He wants to, though. Why? Because we believe in the globe or some shit. Who knows? You have had streams about channels being lost to hackers that YouTube will not return. How is Steve's case different from in the eyes of YouTube? Well, those remember those people I've talked about? They've gotten their channels back. The ones that petitioned YouTube got their channels back once enough people helped them petition YouTube. Steve is doing the right thing in petitioning YouTube through Twitter to try and get his channel back. He's doing the right thing. Also, I think Broady and Dragsnuts is doing this because they know it will it could effectively get Steve his channel back to petition YouTube. That's how Toon did it. Toon did it when enough people made enough noise. I think after the quartering covered it, a lot of people started to spam Team YouTube on Twitter. Eventually, they came in, and one person talked to Toon, and the next day he had his channel back. So, for all we know, it is possible that YouTube will help Steve if he can get a hold of the right person on Team YouTube. And that'll only happen if a lot of people petition YouTube through tagging at Team YouTube, right? Of course, we want to do that at the right time. If Steve feels like he has enough documentation now to do that, I think he should. And yes, him going and showing that he took Kyle to court, proving it to YouTube, and that Kyle didn't show is enough in my opinion. I think he is doing it at the right time. You got me? But there's no way to know. There's no way to tell, of course. YouTube's an animal. YouTube is a weird thing, man. Like, I've had times when I've gotten a strike and I thought, oh my God, I'm fucked. And then YouTube comes through and saves my ass. Then I've had times when I've gotten a strike and I'm petitioning them and writing them, and it takes me a month. It just happened to me. I got a strike from Betty Washam. She riled her white knights to come strike me, and it went through somehow, and YouTube left it there for a month. Then the other day, just a few days ago, I got a strike on a video, and YouTube took it away in a day. You got me? It's just a weird, system. It sucks. It does. But in my opinion, Steve should do what he feels like he should do for his channel. Dragnut and Broady should criticize Steve how they want to criticize Steve. And if they are going to criticize Steve the way they are now, they should be prepared for everyone in the community who is intelligent and logical to call them out and make fun of them for being the ding-dongs that they are. You got me? That's how I feel. Oh, Jokey is Slappy the Clown. I should have known that, David. I'm sorry, dude. I should have known that. Yeah, and I don't believe he is one, yeah. Hence the nickname Slappy. Oh, yeah, I know. I don't know why it didn't click, I get, as the stream goes on longer and longer, I get a little more dingy myself, My chat just skipped. If I miss one of your, if you tag me and I miss it, just type it again. My chat's skipping on me, okay? I talked too long. Arwen is an adult. I just passed somebody saying Arwen is an adult. Yes, that's why it's okay for me to give him shit, because he shouldn't be acting this way. Jet Guitars. I wanted to say that I found this channel a couple days ago, and I'm already enjoying seeing you take down these ding-dongs. Why, thank you, my friend. I like doing the comedy videos. Sometimes I got to debunk. Sometimes I got to complain. Sometimes I got to whatever. But I like doing the comedy streams. They're the funnest ones. Like the stream we did last night, Grand Theft Flatter. I love that shit. Fun. Yeah, James says Arwen is an adult. Yeah, he is. And he should be okay with us judging him based on how he acts on YouTube. Did the guy that gave his password away get his channel back? I'm not sure who you're talking about, the guy that gave his password away. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know about the remember I did the video Mystery of the Hacked YouTube channel? Let me find it. One of my highest performing videos the last couple weeks. Yeah, it's shooting up in views. Yeah, this dude, I don't know if he sold his channel or not. That's the problem with that video. I don't know if he sold his channel. I don't know how he lost his channel. I do have an intuition that he sold his channel. Then again, it's hard to tell. You know, we're only given like a YouTube blog and these other things and a few facts in the case. It's why it's one of the weirdest mysteries, one of the weirder ones, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Rodent says if he has a court order, YouTube will have no choice. And you're right. He doesn't have a court order yet. Do I think it's smart for Steve to start trying now? Yes, I would. I would have started trying. I would have done it, and after Kyle took me off the channel, I would have went straight to YouTube. I know that, you know, there's probably reasons why and things, and, you know, he did trust him at first too, so. But Steve's done the right thing, and I am confident he's going to have that channel soon. I just don't know how soon. And I'm happy about it. I am. I'm happy that... Listen. A lot of people showed their true colors in this happening because it took a little bit of time for that video to come out. The video that exposed Kyle. It took some time for it to come out, right? A lot of people exposed their true colors. A lot of old mods for Non-Sec. A lot of people that, you know, like Jimmy and them and GE, sorry to say it. So those are good things to know, right? You always, it's like these bad situations, it sucks that they happen. I do think Steve's going to come back with Reds, Cheshire, me, team, and a bunch of people going on, you know, going on the Non-Sec show. And I think it's going to be bigger than it was before, truly. Because whatever made Kyle start taking the format out to where it went, I didn't like it. I didn't like the format once it changed. I know 90% of the audience didn't like the format, and that reflected in all the stuff that happened. You know, people want good content right now. It's hard to find good content. It's hard to find good content because YouTube restricts a lot of content, and it's hard to do it's hard to do anything that we used to do. One thing that I think YouTube will be cool with is the Non-Sec show because they do stick to science and a lot of discussion there. It's a lot of what YouTube seems like they would want, and it worked before. So I think it'll be even better knowing that the people that Steve can't trust are identified and out of the picture now, you know. Exactly, James. Yeah, that's what I mean. So there you go, Sean. All good. That's right. That's right, my friend. All right. If you want to help me out, donate on PayPal. Appreciate you guys. Love doing streams for you. Only, you know, I only put out the pay link because I have to. I don't make money on ad revenue anymore. Consider joining. At least hit the like button. Leave a comment if you're watching this on the replay. If you are watching it on the replay and you got this far in, you are hardcore. I was really shocked. I looked at the stats for the show last night. It's really good watch time and stuff. So I thank all of you. I'll keep trying to do good shows, and hopefully you keep coming back and watching. That's all I can say. So, you got anything, Busy? I knew you would. That says it all.
Patreon.
Excellent.